suicide bombers be able to pass through airport security with bombs hidden inside their bodies? A recent assassination attempt is already causing alarm about this, and CNN's Brian Todd has been looking into this. Brian, what have you learned about this?
Well, Josh, we're getting new information about this brazen attack in Saudi Arabia, information on a possibly new tactic that could prove deadly and difficult to counter.
Saudi authorities say a wanted Saudi militant, Abdullah Hassan Talia Asiri, was able to get next to Prince Mohammed bin Naif, a top security official, at his palace in Jeddah one day last month. According to Saudi officials, Asiri had told the prince that he and other militants wanted to turn themselves in. Prince Naif invited Asiri to his palace, and when Asiri stood next to the prince, he blew himself up. The prince was slightly injured. How was the terrorist able to elude security and get a bomb so close to his target? A U.S. official tells CNN it's the understanding from the Saudis that Asiri hid an explosive inside a body cavity. Other guidance from inside the Saudi government is less clear about the mode of attack. The group Al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula claimed responsibility. Could this be a new Al-Qaeda tactic that could be used against other targets that America has to defend against?
I don't think it's going to be a tactic that's going to bring down a building or perhaps even an airplane. This is likely to be a fairly small amount of explosives. It's more likely to be used in this kind of assassination attack.
Can explosives inside the body be detected? So-called backscatter technology can scan the entire body and see through clothing. We profiled these devices previously and spoke to the manufacturer about their capability to detect metal and non-metal objects.
Regular weapons, guns, knives, box cutters and the like, but also unusual types of weapons, explosives, liquid explosives, gels.
But experts say this technology is unlikely to detect anything inside a body cavity.
Now, other types of scans do have that capability. Customs officials have for some years used X-ray technology to try to screen people who they suspect of smuggling drugs inside body cavities, but that is right now in very limited use. Former TSA official Stephen McHale says it's really only used as a layer when officials have very strong suspicions that someone is trying to smuggle in drugs inside those body cavities. It's unlikely that that technology is going to be given wider use because of logistical and privacy concerns. Josh?
Amazing what people come up with. Let me ask you this. You're following the U.S. security side of this. Talk to me about the Saudis. How have they responded to this?
Well, they are investigating the security breach first and foremost and how this guy was able to get in there, with this apparently inside a body cavity and not be detected at all. They're going to be looking into that from a technology standpoint and from a security standpoint. But what they are not going to do, they say, according to the government's news agency, the government is not going to give up on its policy of granting amnesty to militants who want to surrender. That was part of this whole story because that was the ruse that this man used to get next to the prince. The Saudis say they're not going to give up on that policy. That's netted them some benefits in the past, so they're going to have to really tighten security.